Morning Exercises, November 28th. Be thou in the fear of the Lord all the day long. Proverbs 23:17. The mistake of many persons is that they view religion as something separate from common life, and which can hardly be made to agree with it. But we are to render everything not only consistent with godliness, but even a part of it. If Gaius was to bring friends on their way, it was to be done so as to render it not only an act of civility, but of piety. It was to be done after a godly sort. On thee, says David, do I wait all the day. And Solomon enjoins us to be in the fear of the Lord all the day long. The day here is to be taken not abstractedly as a mere period of duration, but in reference to its concerns. There are several things into contact with which we may expect to come every day. Let us see how the fear of the Lord will influence us with regard to each of them. First, it will influence us as to the devotions of the day. If there be an opportunity of repairing to the house of God and hearing His word, it will dispose us to avail ourselves of it, and so to regulate our affairs as to be able to attend. It will produce morning and evening worship at the family altar. It will also lead us to enter our closet. The principle also will not only excite us to the performance of devotion, but aid us in it. It will throw off mere formality, or cause us to mourn over our want of spirituality and life. Secondly, it will influence us as to the business of the day. It will require us to have some profession or calling in which we are to be employed, and in this it will induce us to be diligent. An idle man cannot be under the power of religion, and he lies open to temptation. It will also make us conscientious, governing ourselves by the fair rules of trade, not having diverse weights and measures, or different kinds of goods and prices for friends or strangers, the knowing or the ignorant. It will allow us to aim at lawful advantage, but it will regulate and moderate our desire of gain. It will make us content with subsistence and competency, without wealth and independence. He that maketh haste to be rich shall not be innocent. It will make us feel our reliance upon God for His blessing, without which we may rise early and sit up late and eat the bread of sorrows. Upon the same principle, it will make us grateful for success, and keep us from burning incense to our own net, and sacrificing to our own drag. Thirdly, it will influence us as to the relaxations of the day. These we need. Who could bear unceasing, unbending drudgery? The machine would soon be worn out by perpetual friction. All indulgences are not innocent. We shall therefore avoid those that would stain the mind and wound the conscience and unfit us for prayer. We shall shun expensive entertainments. The most agreeable and useful recreations are the cheapest, and who can ever be at a loss for these if they will follow nature instead of fashion? And we shall indulge in none to excess, especially excess as to time. Of time we must always be frugal. Like the swallow, we must skim the water as we fly, or like Gideon's followers, we must in our pursuit lap with the hand rather than kneel down. The fear of the Lord will make us always watchful with regard to indulgence, and especially in things lawful, for here we are most liable to be ensnared. God giveth us all things to enjoy, but we are not to feast ourselves without fear. Fourthly, it will influence us as to the company of the day. Are we called to intermix with the wicked? We shall walk in wisdom towards them that are without. We shall endeavor to render our religion not only impressive but attractive. We shall keep our mouth as with a bridle, or if we speak, it will be a word in season. Do we meet with pious connections? We shall feel towards them as brethren. We shall speak of the things touching the King. We shall not offend against the generation of the upright. Among our immediate relations and in our family circle, we shall let the Christian appear and maintain our consistency. If we rebuke, it will be in the spirit of love. We shall not threaten, but rather entreat. Our religion will be seen much oftener than it is heard, and we shall expect to succeed not so much by direct efforts as by keeping our charge constantly under the exhibition of whatsoever things are lovely and of good report. Finally, it will influence us as to the trials of the day. It will not fill us with forebodings and prevent our enjoying the present comforts of providence, but it will keep us from forgetting that this is a vale of tears, or thinking it strange if we are called to endure. It will teach us to look beyond instruments, to see and own the hand of God in our afflictions, to inquire wherefore he contendeth with us, to implore grace not only to support but to sanctify, and to enable us to honor God and edify others by our sufferings, and avoiding all improper means to escape from trouble, not only hope, but quietly wait for the salvation of God. A concern to exemplify all this is the best evidence of our religion. It is the way of safety and honor and advantage. The eye of God is upon us all the day long. He is doing us good all the day long. We may die all the day long. Let us therefore be in the fear of the Lord all the day long.